Hi, everybody. My name is Ben. I am a part of a committee, and the committee is called MDHH. It is the Mission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. We are affiliated with a Lutheran Church Synod in Wisconsin. Our intent, our mission, our goal, we are working on breaking down barriers that prevent communication access for people who are deaf and hard of hearing. For the longest time, the deaf community and the hard of hearing community, they know churches have multiple barriers. And what we want to do is educate churches throughout the country on how to make churches more accessible. We understand and we discuss within our committee the differences within the deaf and hard of hearing community. Some deaf people are born deaf. They live in the deaf world and they communicate using sign language and they use a sign language interpreter. Some individuals are latent deaf. They lose their hearing as they get older. They need FM systems and captioning. We want to help all churches know how to provide what people need. Oftentimes, we chat with churches, and the churches or the pastors or the leaders might say, my church, the congregants, there are no deaf people, so we don't need an interpreter or the access. You see, if you don't provide an interpreter, deaf and hard of hearing people won't go. We want to help churches understand how to access an interpreter if they need, or how to communicate within their church community that their church does have access. You need to let them know that there's a deaf group within the church. We want people to feel comfortable. We want to allow deaf people to come into the church and say, hey, I can ask questions. I can let the church knows my communication needs. I might need captioning. I might need an FM system. I might need a sign language interpreter. We want to provide the resources and the tools for churches. And also, the ultimate goal is if a church does become more accessible, we can spread an understanding of Jesus. Understanding Jesus' story, why he came to earth, what the mission was, who is Jesus. And that starts with breaking down all of the barriers for communication access. We need to meet people where they are. We don't want to say, hey, you know what? We don't have an interpreter. Sorry, you can't come to church here. We need to meet every individual where they are. So that's our mission and that's our goal. Please, you can check us out. Here's our website. Check it out. All right, we look forward to chatting with you more and communicating with you more.